Well, hello there. We are in my classroom and we finished the miracle worker in this class. So that means it's about time to move on to our next book. It's going to be The Wizard of Oz, and there's just one problem. Kind of haven't read it yet. So I'm going to bring you along for the ride, and we're going to read The Wizard of Oz like a professor. You know what they say, pink goes good with green. Alright, so here's my copy. I do know how to properly bind books, so the ones I print out for the kids are going to be bound properly. But I thought this looked okay, and since it's in the public domain, you can get it online and just print it out, which is what I did. So let's start reading. Upon reading a little bit of this, I was able to make some notes. One of them could be a good talking point. Why does the author, Baum is his name, why does he slam down into us how miserable the adults are? He talks about the plains being incredibly gray, and then it's like in the movie, it's black and white, and then it's all in color. And I found a few vocab words, one of them being, we got lustrous, plumage, and queerest. So we need to learn the original definition of queer so that they know the munchkins are a little different. Yeah, so enjoying it, definitely below a 6th grade reading level, but if we get into like allegory and stuff like that, we can definitely pump up that rigor. Well, you can see I'm in my car because my dumb self left this at school. So it's Saturday now. I had to run back to my school, which is about 45 minutes away from where I live. And I did have to get out of the house anyway. So what I'm gonna do, sounds weird, not as weird as it is. I'm gonna run to a neighboring town because I have some ancestors buried there, and I'm gonna go read among the dead. See you there. Time to read about the Scarecrow. Woohoo! Well, already we've got some changes from Wicked. Bach here is still a munchkin, and the Wicked Witch of the East is dead. So we know this does not align with the timeline in Wicked. Interesting. I have just met the Cowardly Lion, and it's awesome because it reminds me of a certain someone, a conservative, who may have been assassinated recently, like a month ago. So let's read this. What makes you a coward? Asked Dorothy, looking at the gray beast in wonder, for he was as big as a small horse. Now it's raining. It's a mystery, replied the lion. I suppose I was born that way. All the other animals in the forest naturally expect me to be brave, for the lion is everywhere thought to be the king of the beasts. I learned that if I roared very loudly, every living thing was frightened and got out of my way. Whenever I've met a man, I've been awfully scared, but I just roared at him, and he has tried to fight me. I should have run myself. I'm such a coward, but just as soon as they hear me roar, they all try to get away from me, and of course, I let them go. About halfway done. I'll finish it tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. But some of this is going to be a little difficult to translate the symbolism appropriately for 6th graders who in the state of Texas are 11 and 12, namely the poppy field. So we'll work that out. But I did not know that Oz in this is a shapeshifter. He was, the big giant head for Dorothy. He was a fairy princess for the Scarecrow. For the Tin Man, he was like a horrible beast, and for the lion, he was a big ball of fire. They all had to go in separately. So we're gonna leave it there. They're off to get the Wicked Witch of the West, who we don't even see until halfway through the book. Pretty cool. Indifferent, but yeah. It is the next day, and you can see that's how far away I am into the book, and the Wicked Witch has melted. Dorothy was enslaved by the Wicked Witch, and she got angry and threw some water on her. And the witches melted, and that's it. So the Wicked Witch is not a very big character in this, and it's a little disappointing. And I think we are getting a classic example of movie better than the book. Let's keep going. Back in my classroom, actually in the same shirt I wore Friday, now that I realize that, but I did wash it. I didn't finish The Wizard of Oz last night. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. You guys know I'm bipolar. I think maybe my mood might be shifting with the weather because I feel a little depressed today and kind of worn out, but I'm gonna try to finish today. I just don't feel great. So, and I have to run debate tonight, so I'll be pretty tired, but I might do it during my planning. Is all I got to say about that. A little more than a day since I last filled you in, and I finished it finally. I'm feeling better today. I guess my little depressive episode only lasted like a day and a half, or like 2.5 days, but feel much better today. And this is gonna take a lot of work to adapt to my sixth graders. It is so much worse than the movie, and honestly, I think if we book it, we could probably make it through this in 3 weeks. So that's what we're gonna do. Wicked comes out in 1 month. We are gonna study allegories like no one's business, and we're gonna read The Wizard of Oz in 2025 in our sixth grade classroom. Yeah, I'm a cool teacher.